So hey everyone, hope everyone's doing all right. I know it's been a challenging year for a lot of us. I will also say that I've been doing a lot of traveling lately between Star Trek Las Vegas and MFM. It's kind of been a lot of back and forth. Progress has been happening, despite all the travel, but it'll kind of be nice to have a little time to just kind of be home, at least for a little while. And it's kind of one of the reasons why are a little bit off schedule, just because even though I was generating content during some of those weeks, it wasn't like the usual routine, so I'm a little behind in my usual pre-scheduling. But hopefully, I'll be able to address some of that today. My plan for right now is to just kind of get back into the swing of things and sort of get some more stuff knocked off the list, because right now I'm trying to continue to make progress in my reading, but I'll get to all that soon. Let's see, I mean, no real news right now that I feel appropriate to share, but I will say that I'm working on a few things. Writing news, just a couple of quick things. I started a short story that I'm working on, and I kind of think I have an idea for release schedule I might try to stick to, and we'll see exactly how that goes. But if so, I will. The plan I think is to try and do like 6 short stories a year, and in addition to the other projects, whatever form that ends up taking. I don't know, but the ideal scenario would be 1 to 2 big projects a year. Again, depending on how long things take, how long it ends up being, and how much time it takes to do all this stuff. So, I mean, we'll see. It's all right now. It's all I would like to kind of thing. But at least I have a new book out. This July, Winterfall. So, the plan had originally been to release it during winter, but that didn't end up working out. Or at least I thought it was prudent to release it as soon as it was ready. That being said. The next one to be released will be the UFO project, because I have a cover for it. The editing is mostly done. I have to kind of let it sit for a little bit, make sure that there's nothing else that I want to make tweaks to or something, and barring that, started in the process of being the next one to come out. Right now I have 2 projects in the editing phase, and I have a bunch of stuff in outlining and other such things. I'm hoping to get something started sometime maybe I'll start like in October and get the next thing actually started on the writing phase or whatnot. I need a little more time to hopefully get some things nailed down, but there's a lot of projects I'm trying to work on, trying to get things set up, and it's mostly just trying to work on things and just trying to be semi-consistent and just get some stuff done. Um, but there are things coming, and hopefully things coming soon. And with luck, I can keep up with all of the stuff that I would like to do. Thank goodness for being able to schedule posts, but I also need to figure out a few things for a couple of things I would like to do. Video news, obviously doing a vlog like usual. This will be in the next vlog slot, whenever that happens to be. I don't really know, because I did a lot of MFM videos to plug some of the holes. And I'm going to be working on a couple of book reviews today, doing the video plates and maybe some editing. I'd like to get at least one finished and on the schedule. Um, Apologies if one ends up missing a gap or something, but I need to try and see if I can get some of these done. I have about 3 videos that are ready for video and editing. It would have been 4, but one of them needed some tweaks to the script request of the author, which was fine. Um, let's see, but other than that, that's probably going to be it for today. I need to get some stuff cleared before I can start figuring out what's next on the slate, and so on. Um, Books I'm reading right now. I'm reading Koheleth by Madison Scott Clary. I have been hearing about this book from others, and I'm starting to read it. And so far, anyway, I'm jury is still out. I am not sure if I understand what's going on just yet, but I'm hoping that becomes clear the more of the book I read. Now, in fairness, I haven't read a lot of it, so it's within the realm of possibility for the I just haven't figured all this stuff out yet. But that being said, of course I'll give it a fair shot, and we'll see how it goes. So hopefully it'll start making more sense to me, and it'll click into place. I am also reading Off the Beaten Path by Rukis. Supposedly, it was recommended. Well, not supposedly. It was recommended to me as the place to start for Rukis works. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing that. I think it's Rukis. Rukis. I don't know, but it's been. I mean, it's a book that definitely starts with an intense prologue. I mean, I will say that so far it's really good writing. It's a good book. Chapters are pretty beefy, but I guess I shouldn't complain about that. Well, I'm not really complaining about that. It's just I tend to write beefy chapters too, but it's I mean it's definitely got a very intense opening, so it's something one needs to be aware of if you're interested in reading it as well. Reclamation Project. I read another story in that. I think I'm about 5 stories in out of the 13 or 14, whatever it says on the back cover. It's off by one. It's got one more story than it says it does, which I guess would be a good thing in most cases. But there are at least so far it seems like out of the 5 I've read, the quality of this collection has kind of varied fairly significantly. Some of them have been really good. Some of them have, I think, had a lot of issues. But as far as I haven't even gotten to the halfway point, so I can't really say an overall impression of the collection yet. But once I've read like at least 3 more stories, I can at least kind of give my base impression. But so far, it's kind of a little bit of a mixed bag, which I mean, I suppose is usually what you end up with anytime you do an anthology, because you've got different authors approaching the concept. Some of them get it, some of them don't. Some of them do better at what they're trying to do, and some of them don't. So it varies, but we'll see. I'm also reading Star Trek: Strange New Worlds Towards the Night, which is the next one in the sequence. So far, it's been pretty good. I think I'm about a quarter of the way through it, and I don't quite know what the story is yet, but but I kind of think I have an idea, and we'll see if I'm right on that. Um, but other than that, that's I have an idea for the next ones I want to read. It's like I really am trying to work through. Sorry, I end up jiggling the camera a little bit when I was doing that. I want to get through. I want to read these, and I know that right now this appears to be a pretty good pattern for me. It's like 1 Star Trek book, an anthology, and 2 furry books. I might have to find a way to mix the graphic novels into that, because when I've been trying to read the graphic novels on top of my reading, it just hasn't gone anywhere. So I need to try and read some of these comics. Also, apparently, I heard that there is a second version of, or a second edition or whatever, of Orin's Forge, and I really like the first one, so I want to buy the second one when I get a chance. Um, but I will also, I'm just going to be, for now, probably reading the 4 books I have for at least the next month or so. It'll probably take me a little longer than that to get through them. And the next batch, I kind of have an idea of what I want to be reading next. It's like once I finish the Reclamation Project, I'm going to start on Hugo Jackson's anthology collection, or at least it's a collection of like 5 novellas or something. And Remnant's Hope, I think it's called. I also want to read Anthony Montgomery's memoir as my next Star Trek book. Not a Star Trek book, it's exactly, but it's it falls into that category because it was written by a Trek actor. I picked up a copy at the recent Star Trek Las Vegas, and I got him to sign it. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading it. I enjoyed reading Open a Channel by Nana Visitor, which was really good. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading a little bit more of that as well. At least as far as Anthony Montgomery's book, as in addition to having read Nana's. Let's see. I know that next up, as far as general furry fiction, it kind of really depends a little bit on Jay and Tiberius, because if either one of them gets me their signed copies of their books by the time I have another slot, I will be reading one of theirs. If not, I have at least 1 book from the pile of other furry books that I need to read. There's the Corpse Universe book that I'm kind of interested in, but it also probably shouldn't be the next one I read just because it is relatively new purchase. There is a couple of furry novels on my Kindle that I still have to read. A New Life by B. Kozer. I also have a book that was by an author that goes by 13 Pitch Black Cats, I think, and it's like I wanted to read that one as well. There's one of the things I don't ever seem to have a problem with is lack of things to do. So, I always have too many shows to watch, too many books to read, and on the one hand, it's like I consider that a blessing because there's never any downtime with me. And it's not to say that I feel like overburdened or overworked or anything like that, but there is never a time when I don't have something to do, and I consider that a very fortunate place to be because I always have one of y'all's books to read, or a show I want to watch again, or something else, something to be working on in terms of writing. It's like there's never any downtime, so I appreciate all of that. I guess that's where I'm going to stop it for now. I do have some possible eventual Patreon news, but I will save that for the next time. Okay, it looks like I'm coming up on 11 minutes, so I want to wrap this up. That's it for now, and I will catch you all in a couple weeks. If you like post-apocalyptic fiction, polar bears, and adventure, check out my newest release, Winterfall, available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. And don't forget about my werewolf novel, Blue Moon. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, click the subscribe button and leave a comment below. See you next time.